Hockey fans in Vancouver are hoping the fortunes of their club change in 2017-18, change a lot. Yeah. We're now joined by a guy who could play a big role in that, blue liner Chris Tanev. Chris, welcome to Tim and Sid. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Chris, how excited are you to get this season finally going?
Very excited. I think everyone in our locker room is. We had a rough season last year, and everyone wants to prove that we're a better team than we were last year.
You have a new head coach in Travis Green, obviously. How much have you communicated with him, and how, if all, will your role change for this season under the new bench boss?
I've talked to Greener a few times this season. I'm unsure of how my role will change or be the same. It probably all depend on how training camp goes, but everything's been positive, and he seems like a very intense guy, and he definitely wants to win.
Chris, there could be more of an infusion of youth this season. We'll see how training camp goes. At 27, you're not exactly a grizzled vet, but are you looking to assert yourself as more of a leader in that room, specifically with some of the kids who might be with you on the blue line this year?
Yeah, a little bit. I definitely try and help the younger guys out as much as I can. There's a lot of talented younger defensemen that we have coming up through the system, and it's definitely good to see, and it's my job to try and help them get through this and understand the NHL as much as possible.
Because I know you fought tooth and nail just to get to college, never mind the NHL. And I remember seeing somewhere once that in 2011, Kevin Bieksa said you were so cool you could have played with a cigarette in your mouth. Do you feel like the last couple of years have allowed you to kind of settle into your role in the league to the point where you might even get comfortable with your place in the league and more specifically in Vancouver with the Canucks?
Yeah, the last couple of years have definitely helped my career, but I mean, I don't think you ever want to be comfortable in the position you're at. You always want to try and get better, help your team get better. You don't want to stay complacent. I think that's when that can come up and bite you in the rear there, and it's something that you never want to do. You always want to try and get better. You always want to try and help your team get better.
Chris, you're 27, you can play 20 minutes a night, you make good money, but the cap hit is manageable. And your name at times was thrown around the rumor mill this past summer. How closely were you watching the offseason, and did you ever think something could happen here in terms of a move?
Personally, I wasn't watching it too closely, but definitely a lot of friends and family back home in Toronto were watching it probably closer than me, so they would text me the odd time and ask me about this and that, but personally I didn't follow it too much.
Lots of talk in Vancouver about the Sedins, and Daniel recently said that he and his brother are going to retire as members of the Vancouver Canucks. When that day comes, how weird will it be not to have the Sedins around?
Yeah, it'll be very weird. I'm coming into I think my 8th year now, and they've been there since the start. So they're incredible people. They're the nicest people you'll ever meet, and they're amazing on the ice. So they're the full package that any organization would want to have. And I mean, knowing that they want to retire Canucks is awesome, but I think that they still have a little to give, and they're going to have a good year this year for us.
Were you surprised that GM Jim Benning had to go on the brand new Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver and actually say out loud, "We are not moving the Sedins at the deadline unless they want to move on"? Did that surprise you that he had to say that?
Not really. I feel like they've given so much to this organization, and they're such classy people that I feel like that's how they deserve to be treated. Sorry. I think that was the right move by Jim, and unless they want to leave Vancouver, which I don't see. I think that was the right play.
There's lots of speculation about how this season will go. How would you define what a successful year would be for you in the hockey club?
As far as I'm concerned, I think everyone in our locker rooms thinks we want to try and make the playoffs, so that's our goal.
Thanks for the time, Chris. All the best. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good one.